Hello, good evening. It's Adil bringing you a review of the FTSE 100 for the trading session Thursday, the 3rd of December 2020. Please be sure to visit my site at inter-market-analysis.com or certainly follow me on Twitter and obviously continue to support my YouTube channel. Okay, so in terms of the FTSE 100, a stellar performance today. FTSE 100, really, I think the best way of summing up today's performance really is obviously excitement, given the fact that the UK has become the first country to embrace this vaccine, and it certainly is being rolled out. Now, my interpretation of that is certainly negative in terms of the health of the UK. We certainly have become guinea pigs to the world. Literally, the UK is now the world's laboratory, and basically we're like chimpanzees in a cage, or Dolly the sheep. That's probably the best way of explaining it. And let's just pray that there's no adverse side effects with regards to this BioNTech obviously vaccine, and certainly doesn't bode well in terms of the nation's health, but in terms of the nation's obviously economic stability going forward, obviously that's being interpreted as being bullish, provided, like I said, there's no adverse side effects and obviously deaths, etc. And obviously let's just hope that the virus doesn't mutate, or obviously this vaccine has a limited obviously immunity going forward. So there have been cases where the immunity has only lasted a month or two, and obviously it comes back. So again, the side effects as well, we've got to consider that too. So that certainly is another factor, okay, in terms of the vaccine. And that was literally why the market certainly rallied. The negative aspects of it obviously is that the Deputy Chief Medical Officer did obviously state that there would be no way to eradicate COVID. It will always remain with us, and we've yet to see. We're in uncharted territory, okay, and let's just see exactly how this unfolds, given the fact that we are the global guinea pig of the world. Okay, in terms of the FTSE, as you can see here, I mean, we sold off, and then obviously subsequent rally. In terms of the price action, the daily chart now is retesting the highs, given the fact that we're back into that key pivot zone or key resistance zone, which is around the 6465 zone. The next level to obviously test, then obviously if we continue to push higher, is going to be the 6485, the 6510, and ultimately the 6536. If you look on the weekly chart, given the fact that we are bursting higher on the back of obviously vaccine euphoria, this key resistance remains obviously at 6496. If you break through there, then you are looking at the 75%, which is obviously testing the 7,000 zone. So let's see how the market unfolds. Again, the euphoria certainly from my perspective certainly is, I can see how it's justified to a large extent, but again I can certainly see it failing as well. Obviously, as you can see here, a 10-minute chart clearly shows resistance around the 6460 zone. Let's see if we retrace back to 6411, test 6380, or even potentially test 6370. I was expecting a flush down to 6260. That certainly hasn't occurred. The markets obviously are dictating. We have to adhere and follow suit. Okay, in terms of FTSE 350, again that resistance remains. Obviously, if the vaccine euphoria certainly dictates, then obviously we push higher. So again, keep watching the FTSE 350 for a breakout. FTSE 250, again, very, very stellar. Has surpassed the fib 75%. The next potential resistance could very well be the 22,000 zone. But in terms of the US markets, obviously they'll dictate as well. Asian markets certainly have started to fold, given the fact that the fiscal stimulus is nowhere near as everybody expected, and obviously the COVID cases certainly continue to rise there as well. BP certainly having a stellar rally today. We had gold and oil certainly both higher after yesterday's sell-off in crude. We certainly had a potential, obviously, let's just say, an impressive rally, to say the least, in terms of oil. As you can see here, we pushed higher on the back of that vaccine euphoria in terms of Brent, up to 48.7, given the fact that everybody thinks that this vaccine is the cure of all cures. Certainly a oversold bounce from the pivot high at 48 down to 46. Very impressive thrust higher though. But having said that, we're still capped here given the OPEC news, okay, and the uncertainty that's unfolded from there. In terms of gold, again, gold was another reason why the miners certainly had a stellar rally. Also in terms of copper as well, obviously that's certainly pushing back higher as well. So let's just bring up a chart of copper. push back higher on copper certainly helped, although on the weekly chart, as you can see here, we are now coming into resistance. So from my perspective, all the bullish news in copper certainly has been baked in on the back of this vaccine news. So again, watch for potential profit taking there. Also, gold had a stellar rally. Let's just quickly bring up the chart of gold. Gold is absolutely key here. Also, if I bring up the chart of CCF or CC, just bear with me, here we go. So we've got the price of gold here, which is versus silver. So we had a sell-off in gold recently. Let's just bring up the chart in terms of gold. Bear with me. The commodity index isn't showing at present. Okay, there seems to be some sort of lag here. Let's just get rid of this. Okay, so obviously the pivot low was 1765. We've hit a pivot high today, intraday at 1820. Okay, so obviously a retracement in gold certainly has helped the miners, which in turn obviously helped the FTSE as well to a large extent. The oil sector certainly is buoyant, okay, on the back of this vaccine, obviously euphoria. Goods and services certainly stabilizing here. Personal and household goods, let's just ignore that for now. Financial services breaking out, so watch, keep an eye on that. Okay, and then FTSE banks as well breaking out, so certainly impressive here, given the fact that the liquidity concerns will certainly be alleviated given the vaccine. Okay, I think that's a good summation really. Please be sure to visit my site, and we'll keep you updated going forward. Goodbye.